So I'm going to pull up the story right here. This is from CNN. Biden admin eyes a potentially stark shift in messaging around ending the pandemic. So tomorrow we're supposed to get a statement from Joe Biden about what they're going to do. But his message was clear. They say, quote, for the unvaccinated, we are looking at a winter of severe illness and death for the unvaccinated. He said it twice, I guess. For themselves, their families, and the hospitals, they will soon overwhelm. But there's good news. If you're vaccinated and you have your booster shot, you're protected from severe illness and death.
Are they?
Now, I don't want to play any silly games dragging Joe Biden. This is not his administration. Well, I guess they say, this is Biden's, address to the American people. Saying that, many people were like, yo, it's just before Christmas and you're going to be like, you're going to face death and illness and everything. But people on the left are going to be like, he's just warning people as he should. So I'm not gonna play games and be like, aha, we don't like Biden, so we criticize every single thing he says. I will tell you, you will not convince anyone that, when Biden said, if you're vaccinated and you have your booster shot, you're protected from severe illness and death. I'm going to make two very important points. I'm not a scientist. I can't tell you. I'll make three, actually. I can't tell you anything about the research being done on this stuff. I got no idea. You make sure you talk to a doctor you know and trust, get a second opinion. I can tell you that I was interacting with someone on Twitter who said, just got my third shot. And then I said, are you going to get your booster? And this guy responds, I just said I got my third shot. I said, no. I meant the fourth shot. But I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, literally, several leftist publications have already said a full vaccine dose is 3 shots. Mm-hmm. And he said it's a stupid conversation because every year we get a flu shot and no one asks you if it's your 18th. Yeah. My response to that is the flu shots, as I understand it, are different. Meaning every year they say, here's the dominant strain, here's the vaccine for this strain and a few others. It might not stop these other strains. The COVID vaccine is one vaccine developed specifically for the alpha strain, and now we're looking for data on whether or not it will stop Omicron, as Joe Biden likes to call it, or any other variant. And if that's the case, Joe Biden is not doing anything by saying this when you have this story. Elizabeth Warren, vaccinated and boosted, tests positive for COVID. Cory Booker, positive for coronavirus. Both Elizabeth Warren and Cory Booker are vaccinated and boosted. And then we have Jim Cramer, who of CNBC, who said he said that the military should forcefully vaccinate people, and he posted a positive test. Now, I'm not going to tell you what or why that is. I'll tell you my theory on exactly what this is. I believe it is infinitely more likely, or I should say, put it simply, I believe all these people lied about getting vaccinated.
Whoa.
Okay. I mean it. Like, look, there's a photo of Elizabeth Warren, and they're putting a needle in her arm.
Yeah.
I think you've got two potentials. The vaccine isn't working on the variants. The efficacy has waned to the point where COVID cases in New York are breaking records.
Yep.
Or these specific politicians and high-profile individuals who go on TV and virtue signal about the vaccine never got it.
Someone's lying here.
Yeah.
And it's funny because...
It's a lose-lose either way. Go ahead,
yeah.
Sorry, Fresh.
Just after this point as well, like, okay, what's the goal here? Because is it control? Is it to, like, say, okay, you know what, do what they say or not? And if that's the case, then... when does it stop? Because this is mild. This is like, okay, vaccine or you might die. Or maybe it could be like, okay, if we're in power, you don't do what I say, you'll die regardless. So just like, to me, it's more like control.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on right now that are totally breaking the official narrative of what's going on here. Yeah. And that White House memo was released by their chief of staff, not by Joe Biden. But I mean, it sounded more threatening than warning. But their response to everything happening is get boosted, media, get boosted, as they're running sensationalistic, fear-mongering articles. But of course, as you mentioned, Tim, Cory Booker, Hunter Walker, Elizabeth Warren, the governor of Maryland, Jim Cramer, most CNN and BuzzFeed employees, all triple vaxxed with boosters. All of them recently came down with this new COVID-19 sickness. Like, what's going on
CNN
here?
shut their offices down.
CNN fired employees who were unvaccinated. So all of the employees at CNN were vaccinated.
No, hold on.
Boosted.
Hold on. Okay. I'm not a scientist. I can't say vaccines work or don't work. Clearly, the only thing that makes sense, if that's true, is that every single one of these high-profile Democrats, celebrities, and every employee at CNN faked getting the vaccine.
I'll say this real quick. I'll just say this, and then the people can think what they want. The vaccine, I remember, rolled out right around about a year ago, right? The first time. They're like, listen, just take this shot, you'll be good. And then next thing you know, we're here a year later. Now we're up to 3 shots. And the people that take the shots, allegedly, are still getting the virus, still passing the virus, basically doing all the things that the vaccine was developed to keep you from doing. And it's crazy. It's like, how many more vaccines are they going to make? How many more do you have to take? I
think there's actually maybe a very, very simple explanation.
Or they didn't take
COVID.
It, like you said.
Well, yeah, I am being a bit facetious when I said obviously. Like,
one of those.
No, but I think COVID's become endemic. It's going to be a yearly thing, which has been stated by many, many people.
Yeah.
And the alpha vaccine that they got under EUA is slowly becoming not the appropriate vaccine for whatever's emerging now because the virus spreads. I think the issue is if the CDC comes out and just finally says COVID has become endemic, it's never going away, then the establishment loses their power. All of a sudden, people are going to be like, I guess I got to live my life then.
Yep.
But if they maintain that we're in a pandemic, it'll never go away, then they will keep being able to force people. They will control people. And I got to say, I really don't think that the goal of the vaccine mandates is vaccines. I think it's social credit systems.
You're absolutely right. And from a logical point of view, from a medical point of view, if you really wanted to help people now, you would be dealing with early treatment. You would be dealing with accepting the risk here, helping the vulnerable. But what's happening is they're still on this crazy, insane journey to prevent people from getting sick. How? Why are you doing this when clearly you have failed? And the more you do, the more people get infected and hurt here. So from a logical point of view, this doesn't add up to helping anybody.
I would clarify, though. I don't know if it's more people are getting it, but certainly people are still getting it.
Look, the numbers have went up, especially under the Biden administration, as far as cases and deaths.
Here's my
that's
worry.
what I mean.
Yeah. I just don't want us to get to the point of Australia and New Zealand. They can't even leave, a mile and a half, 2 miles of their place. Their ability to get food is controlled.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, dude.
Let me tell you. I'll spin you a little tale. So, I posted, "Hey, look, Australia built these quarantine camps." Then I said, "What's going to happen is there's going to be a protest. They're going to claim it was a super spreader event. They got to put these people in quarantine." I got called a conspiracy theory for that. Then they started taking people and putting them in these quarantine camps. At first, they said it was an international arrival bungalow. Now it's the police come to your house and without due process take you to the camps. Here's the best part. I was talking about the Native American, the indigenous in Australia, the Native Australians.
Yes.
And I said, the minister of the Northern Territory said, you no longer have the 5 reasons to leave your home. That means you can only leave your home now for emergency medical treatment. And I said, that quite literally means you can't leave your house to go and get food.
Yep.
And then what happens is they pull up and say, come with us, we're taking you to the camp. And then these people try escaping. 3 teenagers escaped. What happens? The latest response from Quillette, this, psychotic publication that claims to be about freedom, was that Tim Pool lied because while they can't leave their homes to get food, they're not being deprived. The government is delivering morning meals to them. And I'm like, I said, you can't leave your house even to get food.
That is correct.
And they're like, but he's implying people are starving. I don't care if the government fires food out of a cannon through your window. I don't care if they bring you a filet mignon with grilled asparagus and all of the accompaniments.
Yeah.
If you can't leave your house to choose to get food on your own, we have certainly crossed that threshold.
Exactly.
That's where we're going, man.
Absolutely. And the
crazy
Netherlands has locked down for another month right now. And Germany's talking about making vaccines mandatory for everyone, forcing them on everyone. This is the German health minister that said immediate forced vaccinations for the entire population. This is absolutely crazy. But before we get into all that, related to the CNN article about them closing their offices and working from home, I saw one of the best memes I have ever seen in my life related to this story, and it's the guy with the yellow jacket clasping his hands behind the tree, and it says Lubin Tubin when he finds out that he gets to work from home at CNN. And I have to say the creativity on the internet is
dirty
absolutely
jokes,
amazing.
Luke.
It's not dirty. He really likes working from home. I mean,
I just want to add to that point as well. This might sound a little bit base, but it was never about helping people become better. It's about control. And if you think about it, right, when does it end? It probably never will end. However, look at what's happening now. Control's happening. Like you mentioned, Australia, other countries.
New Zealand, yep.
At some point, what's the goal here? And if you think about this long term, like this affecting how we buy food, how we use money, how we
travel. Australians can't even leave.
Talk to each other. How we date, how we interact with people. It's like a heavy place in control. Now, once this happens, like what's the end goal? My thing is, how do we stop it? We can't. So what can we do? create our own communities
Well-
and maybe thrive that way. But there's no way to stop
Well, I
it.
disagree with you. I mean,
No.
the governor of Florida came out and released a very strong statement today saying, we will not let anybody lock you down, take your jobs, ruin your business, or close your schools. I don't care what Biden says. We're not going to be following his mandates, his decrees, which he's going to be announcing in a few hours from now, which is supposed to be new restrictions on the American people. So people of Florida don't have to go through a lot of the bull crap. that the rest of the
Miami-Dade
people
is a
have to.
little.
See, we live in
different,
Florida,
man.
right?
Yeah.
My question is how long? And the funny part is that yes, he's doing that right now, but pressure and every other state doing it, eventually you can only hold it for so long.
And
then
Miami-Dade
what do you
was
do
the
next?
last
Well, Florida
to open
never
up.
kind of, I mean,
Yeah, we never really closed down.
Yeah,
They
we
never
never
really
really
closed
closed,
out.
but Miami-Dade
But yeah,
did
did.
close.
Did
like
close.
we definitely closed, and like Miami-Dade was the last county to open back up. Now, obviously, the rest of Florida, has their head on straight.
Yeah.
But Miami-Dade in general, like we opened up recently. We just opened up a few months ago, fully. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But no, Florida definitely is. It's a good state to be right now compared to other places. Hell, us coming to here, to D.C. airport, and I'm just seeing like, people running around with masks everywhere. I was like, oh, wow, I haven't seen this in a
Yeah.
few months.
you don't see this in Florida.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to watch live, you can check out this channel Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Now, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and if you want more unfiltered and uncensored content with all of these guests, go to timcast.com and become a member. All of these guests you know and love in exclusive segments on our website where we are unrestricted in what we talk about, so you'll definitely not want to miss it. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you all next time.